And make sure I've got everything I need. I'll have that open just in case.
Don't forget to send the announcement.
Yep, and okay. All right. So, Elwyn,
Yeah.
as your vision goes black and slowly begins to return to you, you open your eyes to a landscape filled with long, wide open stretches and tall, towering mountains. And as you look around, you see dragons flying everywhere. I forgot to loop the music. Fuck. There.
Elwyn just kind of looks around, starstruck. He pulls down his mask, and then he just isn't his mouth is open.
Right.
As he just kind of walks forward, but taking in everything.
Elwyn, please make me a perception check. As you're looking around in awe at everything around you, you do notice something is not there. You don't see Sojourn anywhere.
Yeah, I think at that point he'll try and either summon him.
All right. As you send out your call to Sojourn, and normally he would then appear near you. Instead, what you hear is the flapping of wings behind you. And as you turn around, you see a very large dragon who seems to be hovering behind you. As you look into his eyes, you can tell that this is Sojourn. It appears to be Sojourn fully grown.
Okay. So yeah, at this point, I think he'll look deeply in the eye of the dragon, and then he'll probably hug the dragon. I was so worried for a second, Sojourn.
I don't know why I'm like this, and he lands gently as you hug him, barely able to get your arms around his neck.
Yeah.
And he seems to stretch out his wings and inspect them over your shoulder.
Where are we?
I don't know. It's very beautiful, though. And as he says that, amongst the slew of dragons you see flying overhead, you spot one that stands out amongst the rest. Not only because of its bright platinum color, but also because of its size, being by far the largest one you can see in the sky. And it is flying directly towards you. In fact, it appears to be dive bombing directly towards you.
Oh, and then at that point, I guess I guess I'm on ground, right?
Yes, you are on ground.
Um, I guess I'm gonna take evasive maneuvers.
As you prepare to take evasive maneuvers to get out of the way, the dragon lifts up just before reaching the ground, and the flap of its wings creates a gust of wind that almost knocks you off your feet. And while it doesn't knock you off your feet, it does blow you back along the stone ground by about a foot. And as it does that, it proceeds to land. It's been a long time since we had a visitor here. Yes, all of this is happening in Draconic.
Well, yeah, I was just saying that I was speaking in Draconic too. Just
Yeah, so the dragon is also speaking. This new dragon is also speaking Draconic to you.
it is a pleasure to meet you. I do not have the pleasure of knowing your name.
It will start to walk around you and Sojourn. Most know me by the name of Bahamut.
Would I mean to make a roll about what I know about that, or
Yes, you can make me. What would be a good one for this? Probably either a history or a religion check.
they're both the same? So
Choice is yours. All right. The name Bahamut is familiar. You know it's a name that's closely associated with dragons, but you don't know exactly who Bahamut is.
okay, I guess at that point, I guess I would like kind of do the, you know how knights usually like fall to a knee or whatever while they're getting knighted. That's probably what he would do at this point.
And who is your companion here? And he looks directly at Sojourn, and Sojourn will say, I am his soul bond. Ah, one who has passed on, then. There are many of you. Tell me, what is your name? Sojourn. And you, young half-elf?
I am Elvin.
Sojourn, I recognize your name. I've heard a few tales of you. Nothing overly extravagant, but interesting stories nonetheless. And of you, Elwyn, a young boy with a dragon. Tell me, how did you come upon your gift?
I seen a dream, in my mind's eye of flying over in the clouds, looking down. It's just a sea of clouds, and I was on the back of something. And then when I woke up, I seen Sojourn in a tiny form, but the form similar to what you see now.
I'm sure you do not remember this, Sojourn. However, you were amongst the first to come through when the tear of this world formed. And you were the third to pass during the war with the humans of this world. When you fell in anger and desperation. But when the humans struck you down, you did not die with anger in your heart. It was strange. Like so many of your brothers, you continue to fight after the first one of you fell, seeking vengeance for the death of your kin. But you were one of the few to die who did not die with anger. Sojourn will look down at you, Elwyn, not really knowing what to say. And then you picked a half-elf to carry your soul with him. Certainly an interesting choice. At present, you very much represent all of our kind down there in the physical world. Perhaps an opportunity to change the perspective on us. Sojourn will then say, I do not know how I could possibly accomplish something like that, but I would be honored. Elwyn, at this point, could you please make me a nature check? Ouch.
Dang.
Alright.
What's nature?
What's a nature?
Wait, holy shit, I'm a ranger? Since when?
I think, yeah, basically he's just in awe of the situation is why. So it's not, whatever it is, not coming to him.
Alright. As the conversation continues, one moment. Elwyn, you hear another voice, but it's not one voice. It seems to be 5 voices all speaking together. And you hear another filthy mortal in our realm. Haven't been one of you here for a few hundred years. And as you turn to face the voice, you and Sojourn both, as well as Bahamut, you see a towering dragon that challenges the size of Bahamut himself, A towering dragon with 5 heads, each a different color.
I think Sojourn still is kind of in the same position because I mean he's at the mercy of these dragons. He knows kind of the deal. You know what I'm saying? Like if they
Yeah.
want him gone, they would have him gone. There's no need for him to stand or you know.
And this dragon will say, is this the mortal that would usher in our new perception? You make poor choices as ever, brother. Bahamut will now turn from simply facing, but turning to full on to turn to full on face this new arrival, and he will say, Tiamat, this is none of your business. Last I checked, you're the reason we have such a poor perception here to begin with. Oh, but you wound me, brother. We have no need to be perceived as benevolent or subservient to these mortal races. We need only subjugate them and take everything we desire. You speak out of turn. Last I checked, I was still ruler here. Please. You haven't had any real power since people's perception of dragons changed here. I say that we should have him tested. And the dragon, all 5 of the dragon's heads look at you, each one bellowing with a different aura, from one dripping acid to one spilling out small flames.
I will do what is asked of me, as I have always been.
Eager. Good. Eager to die. And she starts to walk towards you, Elwyn. And just before she reaches you, Bahamut steps in front between the two of you. I hardly think it's a fair fight for a mortal to fight a god. Who said anything about fair, brother? This is meant to be a test. I see a different outcome. Perhaps something more befitting of a test. What would you suggest? I believe you have your own champion out in the world. He is very good at what he does. Yes, very good at continuing to tarnish the perception of the Dragonborn. Why don't they fight? You invest so much into your champion. Maybe we should see if Sojourn's investments pay off more. Fine, brother. But if he fails, I still get to eat him. If he fails, I don't think there'll be much left for you to eat. Then let's take him to the arena. I will meet you there shortly, brother. I must fetch my champion. So, Tiamat then flies off, flapping her wings with enough force that it seems as though she's intentionally trying to knock you over. Please give me a Constitution saving throw. Or Dex. It would probably be a Dex. To try and keep your balance.
I don't know why that rolled twice, but
That's fine. With a 10, that's fine, that's enough. You are able to keep your balance and not fall on your ass. A bit wobbly, but still standing upright.
he'll let out
Well,
kind of like it was like he was holding his breath kind of a little bit, and then he'll like let it out to himself. I don't know. Yeah.
well, Alan, it seems as though you've created a bit of a stir with your sudden appearance here.
Where is here and why am I here?
It's a difficult question to answer. To put it basically, you are on the closest equivalent that this world has of a draconic plane. This is where me and my sister rule over all of the dragons. We still don't fully understand this place. We know that perceptions change, how this plane functions, and how we are perceived changes how much power we have, but the intricacies of it we don't fully understand. And we don't have exactly have many allies with which we can consort with to learn more. But to put it basically, Tiamat wasn't entirely wrong. I haven't had much power here since we arrived. She is far more powerful than me here. As the perception of dragons falls more in line with what she desires of them. Brutal, merciless, and evil.
See, I mean, I see the truth in her words, but I will prove that we can be not only that we will not subjugate dragons, but we will be one of companionship and equality if we.
That's one of the problems, boy. She sees companionship and equality as subservience. She believes dragons should be superior and held superior to mortals. That we should rule over the mortal races, and they should be our servants. Anything less than that is us serving them. But that is thousands upon thousands of years of politics. Me and my sister have been doing this dance for more generations than I'd like to admit. But there are still those who seek to perceive dragons as how I would like them to be perceived. Just and innocent. Not all of them are, but some of them do try. And one of those people is, well, you, to be honest. That's why Sojourn's picked you. He used to be one of mine, a good dragon, until Tiamat drove them all mad for her senseless war after the tear appeared.
I know nothing, honestly. My information and I guess of Sojourn has been skewed. The only thing I know is from Sojourn, and before this time, I don't think Sojourn knew too much about what had happened.
It is quite common that when a young dragon soul selects a warden to guard them as a drake, that they do not remember much of their past. But for the most part, he was a very good cat. He was a very good dragon. It brought me great sadness when I watched him fall. But to see him again, even if it is a bit different, and he looks to Sojourn and he'll say, "A bit nervous, are you?" Elwyn, when you look at Sojourn, you notice that his color has shifted since you both arrived here. While previously he was ice, he currently appears to be some sort of brass dragon.
Oh,
And while you're looking at him, and Barmet pointed out, his scales shift again, and he seems to become a red dragon. Quite an interesting little development there. It appears that because your original color has been largely forgotten by most, you can shift and change to whatever you so desire. A bit quicker than I imagine you can back in the physical world. Sojourn will say, I'm sorry, I don't really have control over it. You will, in time. But you will probably have to learn quickly, because Tiamat will be returning soon with her champion. Are there any other questions before I take you to the arena?
is there any wisdom that you would impart upon me?
Here, throw your normal preconceptions of the elements away. Things are a bit different. Try to think, and remember to ask questions about everything. Your enemy also has the ability to shift. But you have a few new tricks up your sleeve as well. All right. Anything else?
Nope.
All right. Barmet will tell Sojourn to fly you to the arena, and he will lead you both there. And you hold on one moment. You come to an arena that is filled with gold and gems. Barmet takes a perch up on a ledge on the edge of the arena, and Sojourn sets you down on a rather large pile of gold. And then takes to hovering nearby.
As the urchin, he's trying to resist the urge to just pick up the gold. Because he's like, there's so much money here, and I've never seen this much.
I'm sure they would have noticed one piece missing.
And then he knows that that's not true.
Bruh, don't. I can't believe
Okay, so
Sojourn's-
he'll ready his bow and then look, I guess, out towards the arena and I guess survey it.
All right. As you're surveying, you see Tiamat return. She lands here at the opposite end of the arena, and you see a pale blue dragonborn climb off of her back, and with himself a longbow drawn. Tiamat then goes to land on a large pile of gold, facing her brother. As she lays down, and her two heads split off to watch the Dragonborn, two heads split off to watch you, and the central head stares down her brother. As you are standing here, let me explain to you what you will have for this encounter. Elwyn, you might want to get a notepad.
Give me a sec.
Hope you did your homework.
I wasn't told I was supposed to have homework. Ah.
Oh, you didn't get my email?
I have my notepad.
Alright, so first off, Elwyn, your normal assistance from Sojourn will be limited to him only being able to apply additional damage to your attacks. Sojourn cannot get directly involved in this combat. But he can help you indirectly through augmenting your attacks.
Do I need to pick an element now, or
Sojourn is able to adapt his element to whatever you desire. So when you apply the damage to your attack, you may select the damage type then for every attack.
out of the ones that are available, or any type?
Any type.
Except for
Oh.
slashing, piercing, and bludgeoning.
Yeah, any elemental type.
Okay, yeah, just
So
making
that-
sure.
So that is force, acid, lightning, fire, radiant, psychic, poison, fire, thunder, cold, and necrotic.
Okay.
Elwyn, while you are in this realm, the damage that Sojourn adds to your attacks goes from 1d6 to 2d6. All right.
Okay.
You have, while here, a breath attack. As the energy of dragons around you flows through you. You can, as a free action on your turn, select which breath attack you want.
Okay. I'm guessing out of the same elements.
This can be from any of the dragon types. Depending on the dragon type you pick, changes the damage and whether it is a cone or a line.
And also the saving throw.
And also the saving throw. But saving throws tend to be consistent between damage types. Except for one, which I changed, but I'll tell you about that in a minute.
Okay.
So, for this, you might just for an idea, you might want to get up, whether it be wiki.5e tools, and just have up the different types of dragons so you can see them all. Whichever is your preference.
Okay. Hold on. Yeah, I'm trying to find a good resource on that.
Because, yeah, there are
Many.
There are many dragons, yes.
And they are all watching you.
No pressure.
I mean, there are a lot of dragons around.
Are the gemstone dragons here?
The gemstone dragons are here.
Okay. Okay,
So you do have amethyst, crystal, emerald, and sapphire, and topaz dragons as well.
I can't believe Elwyn's gonna die in it. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
Okay.
there is always the chance.
I know. Okay. I got a resource.
All right. Now, just so that you have everything, any cone attacks are 15 feet. All line attacks are 30 feet. Okay?
Okay.
Just so that you know that. And your breath attack will be 3d8 damage.
Okay.
Your breath attack is one use. It recharges on a 6, which you will roll at the start of each of your turns.
A 6 on a d6.
Yes, a 6 on a d6. So at the start of each of your turns, after you've used your breath attack, you will roll a d6 to see if it has recharged.
Okay.
And then for your last one, Elwyn, you have one use of a legendary resistance.
I'm fucking sorry. He has what?
He has a legendary resistance. I'm not sure what was so hard to hear.
I might need that explained to me.
Legendary resistance is a thing that you can use. It is once per day, once for this combat, that allows you to turn any failed saving throw into a success.
Pug, 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 pug.
Just for a clarification's sake, would he be able to see the damage of the save before choosing to pass?
I will say yes. All right. Now for the kicker, and the reason you have that legendary resistance. Elwyn, when you select a dragon type, anywhere from amethyst to white dragon, you will have vulnerabilities, resistances, and immunities dependent on the dragon type that you pick. Okay?
Okay.
What's a good way of giving you this? This is not one that I thought of. It's a good way to give you this.
Give him what?
The resistances and vulnerabilities.
Oh, I think we decided that it would be just something he would have to like kind of trial
Alright,
and
so-
error.
Yeah. Alright, so what we'll do, I'm gonna just straight up tell you, okay? Your opponent's going to have the same ability. They will also be able to shift their colors.
Okay.
When your opponent shifts their color, you may roll a nature check to attempt to determine their vulnerabilities and resistances.
This nature check will be using your wisdom instead of your intelligence.
Yes. When you turn into an element, I will automatically give those to you.
Okay.
So, before combat starts, you may select an element to become for the start of your engagement. And I will hit music.
Okay.
So feel free to take a look.
And while looking, I want to make this joke. And so it's finally come full circle. The Ranger has become Pokemon once again.
Thank you, Andrea, for finding me music. We are using Fire Emblem Three Houses music, both for the previous one and for this one. And then let me know when you know which type you will be selecting, Elwyn.
I'm just gonna say Moonstone Dragon.
All right, you're gonna start off with Moonstone. So
For
with
those of us who don't know what damage type that is, can you say?
yes, I'm going to be saying that now. With Moonstone Dragon, you will be dealing radiant damage in a 15-foot cone, and it will be a dex save. Now, the save will be using your spell casting modifier. So whatever your spell casting modifier is, that will be the dex. That will be the save for all of your breath weapons. All right.
Okay.
So the Moonstone Dragon is vulnerable to poison. They are neutral to acid. They are resistant to fire and cold. They are also resistant to lightning. They are vulnerable to necrotic and psychic. They are neutral to thunder and force. And they are immune to radiant damage.
Okay.
All right. Let's get this started.
Let's get down to business to defeat the color dragon.
One moment, Taylor. Let me. I will send you the document after, Taylor, for the stuff. Sorry, because it would take a very long time to type it all out. All right, so Elwyn, your move is first. What would you like
Okay.
to do?
Well, I'm gonna measure. Well, he's in range, so. You know, we gotta go for the big numbers.
All
Okay,
right,
20 and 23.
those both hit.
Okay, and then I'm gonna add. Okay, so it's this. It's 32, and I'm gonna choose. I guess, yeah, it's radiant damage. So, 9 radiant damage, 23 piercing, 32 in total.
Okay.
Don't forget your second hit.
Okay, 31 on the second one.
All right, so let me double check this, but he is. All right, so plus that plus
Is Furry here?
Noospheric is here.
Yeah, it's a total of plus 14
I thought-
because it's well, yeah, plus 2 because it's a magic item, plus 2 from another magic item he has, which is plus 4, plus 3 from his dex, plus 10 from sharpshooter. So yeah. Yeah, the mod is correct.
Alright, so here's where I get to tell you that he is vulnerable to Radiant right now.
Good choice. Good choice. My bad.
Alright, anything else you would like to do?
I can't tell children to do anything with my bonus action, so
I mean, you do still have spells. He's out of
Yeah, I
range,
think
so like
that's-
you do have the breath weapon.
what'd you say for it? I'm sorry.
You have spells, and your other bonus action would be breath weapon, which he's out of range. So
Okay. I think that I'm just gonna say that's my turn for now.
Alright. Alright, first thing he's gonna do. He is going to move to here. Then he is going to yeah. He's going to double action, move to here, and then fall prone. Behind the rock formation. Giving him full cover.
Okay. Sharpshooter, I think lets me avoid
you
cover.
would go half and 3/4. You don't ignore total cover,
Oh, okay. It doesn't do full cover. Okay.
because that would mean that they're literally entirely covered.
Okay.
And that will be his turn.
Let me measure real quick.
Did the champion change his damage?
Oh, yes. That would have been a thing he did. He would have changed his color.
Okay. Need to make a nature check, right?
Yes, nature check to determine what color his scales have turned into as he was running towards you. Alright. I will tell you that previously he was a topaz dragon. He has now changed colors to be that of a where is it? A bronze dragon.
Okay. I'm going to I'm going to change colors to a
And here's, because you did roll quite well, I can tell you, I will tell you that a bronze dragon is resistant to cold, radiant, and thunder damage.
Okay. I'm gonna do Amethyst Dragon,
Alright.
and they're force. So
Alright. Amethyst dragons are neutral to everything.
okay.
They are not resistant, and they are not vulnerable to anything.
Okay, I might change it then. But yeah, I just want. I thought it was force usually, but okay.
They are force, but they are neutral to all damage types.
Oh, okay. So it is force damage, but okay.
And you are
Um,
now, and you don't have any vulnerabilities or resistances.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna just play it safe and be Amethyst Dragon.
As you shift your scales, you can see on your hands a slight change in tint as well, in your hands and arms, and any exposed parts of skin.
I'm gonna move up. I think it's 35 feet, right? Or let me make sure. Up 30 feet, excuse me. And I'm just gonna. You know what? I'm gonna use my breath attack. And I'm gonna. Oh yeah, I don't. Do I choose the element for my breath attack, or is it just force?
The breath attack will be force, and it is a 15-foot cone. Dex saving throw.
Yeah. So I'm gonna use. I don't. Yeah.
Yeah, that would hit. So feel free to roll me damage when you are ready.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
3d8 force damage.
Okay.
Right,
14.
14, and it is a Dex saving throw. DC.
He's prone. Does that mean he fails, or I mean?
I believe that. Do you get disadvantage on Dex saving throws when prone?
Is he prone?
Yeah.
Yes, he fell prone to get full cover behind the wall.
Oh,
Yes, you have disadvantage on dex saves.
Okay. So
Alright,
I guess.
so 19.
And okay, so my wisdom modifier is. I want to say 4. Hold, let me check.
If you
you
go
have a
to
DC
your
of 15.
if you go to your spells, it should say what your spell save DC is for your caster.
Yeah. It's.
Yeah, it's 15.
Yeah, 15. So yeah, it passes, but good to know for future reference.
Yeah.
Still takes half.
Alright, so half damage. So that's 14, so that's 7 damage. Cool.
Okay. Yeah, and that's my turn. Yeah.
Alright, he's going to get up. Going to come. Use the rest of his movement to get here. And he is then going to change his type again. And he is going to main action. He's going to take 2 shots at you with his longbow.
Second one definitely hits. Yeah.
13 piercing.
Okay. Does he add any? Is there any damage added to that, or?
No added damage, but he is then going to, after taking his 2 shots at you with his bonus action, he is going to breathe at you. And he is going to breathe a line of lightning at you. Please roll me a dexterity saving throw, DC 15. You pass, you take half damage. So that will be 8 damage, I believe.
Yeah. Okay.
Alright, that will be his turn.
Nature check. I'm just gonna say that doesn't give me anything.
You can tell that he is neutral to force, force and fire.
Okay. I'm gonna switch to Green Dragon then.
Alright, you're gonna switch to Green Dragon. You're doing poison damage.
Yeah.
So your attack is a 15-foot cone Constitution save.
Well, first roll a d6 to see if you get it back.
Oh yes, roll a d6 to see if you get your breath weapon.
I do not.
Alright,
Okay.
you are immune to poison. You are resistant to acid, radiant, and necrotic. You are neutral to thunder and force. And you are vulnerable to fire, cold, and psychic damage.
Okay. Alright, well, I mean, he shot at me, so we're gonna shoot back. Do we Gamba? We're gonna Gamba. I'm doing pretty good, so.
Alright. Both of those hit. What damage would you like Sojourn to be adding?
I'm just gonna have him add, I guess poison's okay.
Alright, you're gonna have him add poison? Alright.
Yeah, so, 36 for the first one, and 33 for the second one.
Alright, Elwin. Congratulations, you just murdered this man in 3 turns. How would you like to finish him?
Okay, so I'm gonna say, like, the first shot, like, kind of hits him in the shoulder, kind of, and exposes him a little bit.
Yeah.
And then he just goes for the, in the second shot, shoots him, but it pins him against this wall. But it goes straight for the heart, yeah.
Alright. As you pin him against the wall and the arrow where you shot him through the heart spills forth a bit of lightning. He slumps and he is dead. We are out of combat.
And then, yeah, at that point, he will bow over the corpse, and then he'll, like, give proper respect to his opponent.
As you're bowing, you hear behind you, coming from where Tiamat was, you hear the sound of coins falling down the cliffside. As you hear wings flapping and rapidly approaching you. If you turn to look, you see Tiamat is currently rushing towards you with a look of absolute anger in her eyes. Just before she reaches you, however, Bahamut comes in and places a claw on her central head, stopping her progress instantly as she slams into the mountainside. That's enough, Tiamat. You lost fair and square. Congratulations, Elwyn. And as he turns his head to you, his paw still sitting on his sister's one head. You did very good. Much better than I thought you would. I honestly thought you might have died during that. But you have done excellently. As he's saying this, Tiamat is trying to snap at you with her head just not being able to reach.
Okay, yeah, I'm probably take like a step back, I seen a dragon like come full force at me, so I'm probably gonna take a step back. And then I'll just say, I appreciate the opportunity for you to demonstrate my worth.
Good. As he begins to speak, he lifts his claw off of Tiamat's head. Now, sister, I believe you have a new champion to find, because your old one seems to be pinned to our wall. All 5 of the heads let off a huff as she takes flight and leaves the arena. She's always been a sore loser.
And I'll just be like, I still must respect the elder dragon.
That is very noble of you. She would not give you the same courtesy. Now, you have proven that, much to Tiamat's dismay, that you are worthy of being a champion of Sojourn. Sojourn, come here. And Sojourn will fly over to sit next to you. I know you are most likely very happy to be in this form of yours again, but there is much that needs to be done still. The perception of dragons in the world of Valerian is tainted for very obvious reasons. But I strongly believe that you and your soul bond of Elwyn here might be able to change those views on us. And with those view changes, I hope that you'll be able to reinforce a future that I hope to see. A future that I have been working for over 200 years to achieve. Well, our presence here in Alarion is not as concrete or as other deities. We do still hold a small presence here. And I hope while we still do, that we are able to change the perception of dragons and hopefully leave it in a better state than what it was when we arrived. And perhaps as your journey continues, people will associate the good in dragons with people like you, Elwyn, and Sojourn, instead of people like Tiamat.
he'll give a wide, he'll give not a wide bow, but like like a courtesy bow to Bahamut.
Now, I believe you adventure with some, and while their journeys are different to yours, I believe your outcome may be similar. You do not hold a domain here, he says with a bit of confusion about the word. Whatever gods consider to be their domains here. But I do have something for you. Something to aid you on your journey. Something that belonged to an old friend. And he will hold out his paw, and in his paw will material, or his claws.
Yeah, claw, but yeah.
Not paws, he ain't a dog.
The draconic toe beans.
He will hold out his claw, and in it will materialize a small amulet. This belonged to a mortal that I knew a long time ago. And I think it deserves to be passed on to someone of your stature.
I am deeply honored, Lord Bahamut. If I may call you Lord.
Bahamut is enough. No need for the Lord. Now, if you look in the handouts, Elwyn, you now have access to the Amulet of the Dragon Rider.
Pug, 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 pug.
Then
Oh, where's the handout?
It is in the handout sections.
Yeah, it's in the second box.
Be perfect. 1 second, actually, I'm gonna reopen it too. I forgot what's in there.
Amulet of the Dragon Rider requires attunement by Drycord and Ranger. Soul pound upon attunement. The energy in the magical weave of Alarion gets imbued into your dragon. When you summon it, you can choose an additional dragon type for its Draconic Essence feature. This removes the damage immunity but grants resistance to both damage types. It also gains an additional damage die when attacking, splitting the damage type into both types. Example: infused strikes get additional d6 for the specific damage type. For your Dawn of Fanging Scale feature, you gain both damage type resistances when summoning your drink. Yada yada yada. If Elwyn dies, he gets it back, and I somehow get access to True Resurrection. He's okay. He gets his item back.
Okay, yeah, and then I hold the amulet kind of, close to my chest, and then I put it on, and yeah.
Alright, along with that, Elwyn, you are now level 10.
Pog pog pog.
Pug, 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 pug. What was it? Let's roll
And-
HP for funsies.
Yeah, alright, roll your HP.
Oh, well, I didn't do the R, but it's still more
That's
than...
still above average, so...
Yeah, so... Okay.
And one last thing. Congratulations, Elwyn, you now have a 4th attunement slot. And this attunement slot is not taken up by Amulets of the Dragon Rider because it is a soulbound item.
Honestly, you might just want to say it's soulbound.
Yeah.
because the soul-bound upon attunement gets has definitely confused a little some people that I've showed these things to.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna
It's
I'm gonna just have one
yeah,
thing before. I'm just gonna like whisper to Sojourn as quietly as I can to not so Bahamut doesn't hear me. So this gold thing, these gold piles.
I'd recommend we don't touch them.
Then you can tell Elwin's disposition just like drops with that, and he's just like, okay.
I know it's tempting, but we shouldn't touch them.
It's me, your intrusive thoughts. Do it, you won't.
Elwin does not do so.
Now, well, I cannot say for certain how things will play out. Know that dragons are far from gone in Alarion. But provided you can make the changes needed and change people's perception of us, there is a new breed of dragon that will be here in Alarion that will surpass possibly even Tiamat herself.
I will do my best to represent your name well.
Good. Now, I don't fully know how this works, but I have a feeling that whoever sent you here will know that whatever it is you were sent here for has been concluded. I hope. Again, I still don't really know how this stuff works. I'm not a goddess of magic. But I shall leave you here to inspect your new item. Congratulations once more. And hopefully, if you ever arrive here again, Tiamat will be more hospitable.
Elwin will nod.
Opium.
And he will fly off. And soon after flying off, Elwin, your vision will begin to dark again. And when your vision comes to, you are once again standing in Glade Pine's office.
Wait, he has an office?
Or Glade Pine's bedroom, sorry. It was a bedroom. Sorry, it's been like
Fancy.
2 weeks.
Office, bedroom, same thing, considering the times we're living in. Am I right, gamers?
Yeah.
God, you're terrible for it.
Okay.
I'm sorry that
I'm one of the 2 people that made that entire goddamn Pokemon damage types. You want me to not have them post it?
I mean, I could. Yeah, I mean, yeah. You don't have to.
Alright, so for anyone who's interested, I'm putting it into the Fate of Valerian OOC. You can see the full damage listing for everything.
This isn't it. This is very complex.
And that will be where we end this shorter than I expected it to be solo session for Elwin.
Because Sharpshooter went LOL Lamau.
Sharpshooter
I'm
played.
sorry, okay?
Sharpshooter
I
played
had-
nice. That's the
Sharpshooter did
TLDR
in
of
fact
this.
play way too nice.
Sharpshooter was
Sharpshooter-
very nice today.
Yeah,
Tyson.
you shot 4 times with Sharpshooter, and all 4 of them hit.
You know what? You know what it is. The D&D gods were like, hey, buddy, pal, my guy. I know you were suffering yesterday, so why not I just give you this, buddy?
I mean, hey, I'm sorry for it. Written in the sky walks so that fate of Illyrian can fly.
This is why Wits needs a name change.
What'd you say?
This is why Wits needs its name change.
Yeah.
I'm going to steal the luck from Fate, I swear to God. I hope that the new campaign is called Fate of Attune.
Bruh,
That would be hilarious.
that would be funny.
Fate of a tune.
But yes, thank you for joining me, Tyson.
Yeah, I appreciate it. I'm sorry.
Got to do some Dragon Lore related things.
Yeah.
Dragon lore.
Honestly, I wanted to apologize if I wasn't like extremely enthusiastic. But
You were great.
okay. But yeah, I appreciate it. I had a really good time. It was really fun. I'm sorry that I just kind of rolled over it.
Look,
I mean, it's better that you roll over it than you lose.
That would be really embarrassing if I died, though. But
just
anyway.
we get back to on Sunday after Panda's solo session. We come back and Elwin's just lying there in a heap.
Yeah.
Wait, we're playing on Sunday?
Yes.
Oh, we were.
Sorry, I pinged yesterday.